Here's how to tell whether you have androgenic alopecia or telogen effluvium. Now, a lot of people don't know which one they have. Androgenic alopecia is hormonal hair loss and hair thinning. It is otherwise known as female pattern hair loss. Telogen effluvium is a hair shedding disorder. All of the hairs go from the anagen phase to the telogen phase, which is the shedding phase, and it all starts falling out. So how can you tell which one you're dealing with? Because they both cause hair shedding and hair loss. So androgenic alopecia, which is female pattern hair loss, number one is it is a slow progression. It's not from one day to the next you've lost all your hair. It is slowly, you notice it sort of, your ponytail's getting a bit thinner, you're having a bit of shedding, and you're sort of almost doubting yourself, am I actually losing hair? Whereas with telogen effluvium, it's going to be dramatic. You're suddenly touching your hair, clumps are coming out, it's very intense shedding, and it happens very quickly. So that is one element, the time difference. Androgenic alopecia slowly progresses, whereas telogen effluvium, it's almost overnight. Number two is the pattern of hair loss. So with androgenic alopecia, you're going to notice that the parting of your scalp becomes more visible. Now, this doesn't mean you're going to have a massive parting and it's going to be super bold. That doesn't need to happen. It will just be a bit more visible at least. And you might have more of a recession of the temples because the temples are actually more susceptible to DHT, the hormone that causes female pattern hair loss. So your temples will go back a bit, your ponytail will get thinner, and you'll also notice a little bit of shedding every day. Whereas with telogen effluvium, you're not going to notice the parting so much. The whole scalp is affected in the same way pretty much, but the shedding is intense and there's lots and lots of shedding rather than thinning. So that is a pattern that you need to look out for. Now, the last way that you might want to have a little look at is with telogen effluvium. Often the hair loss is going to be mainly on the sides of your scalp because when you lose hair because of nutritional deficiencies or stress, this is the zone that is affected, zone 2. Zone 1 is more androgenic alopecia. However, in women, androgenic alopecia also affects zone 2, so it can be all over the scalp as well. But with telogen effluvium, you'll usually notice a bit more of zone 2 and more diffuse hair thinning rather than just the top. Of course, it's not always super easy to identify. In some cases, people actually get both at the same time. That is actually very common and that's much more confusing. So that's why I recommend if you do have female pattern hair loss and you suddenly notice that you're shedding a lot more hair than usual, you may actually have telogen effluvium at the same time, which is why it's always a good idea to make sure that you're eating high protein and taking a good multivitamin to prevent this from happening, even if you already have androgenic alopecia. Let me know if you have any questions and follow for more hair growth tips.